How would you like it if you spent a bunch of money doing upgrades and repairs on your house, getting it ready to put on the market to sell, and then when it's sold, you got about half the money back? Will that suck or what? Well, watching this video is going to keep that from happening to you. Next, I'm going to show you the 6 most common upgrade mistakes sellers make that lose them money, so you don't make the same mistakes. My name is Dave Rupp, also known as Dr. Hot Rod the Realtor. I'm a real estate agent at Exp Realty in Southern California. All my contact information is in the description below. Reach out to me if you have any real estate related questions whatsoever. As you start preparing to put your house on the market for sale, you're going to be doing some repairs, maintenance, some upgrades. It's really important to figure out which one of those are worth spending money on and time, and which ones you may as well leave alone. The last thing you want to do is spend $15,000 on a remodel on a bathroom, and then you go to sell the house after dealing with all the dust and contractors and noise and stuff, and the house sells for $6,000 more than it would have if you did nothing. You just lost $9,000 and endured a bunch of pain and suffering with dust and contractors. Alright, so let's look at the improvements that typically are going to lose homeowners the most money when they're prepping to sell their house. First on the list is a swimming pool. If you're going to spend the money on a swimming pool, don't do it to make the house worth more money to sell. That's going to probably cost you $25,000 to $50,000. And I don't mean to buy the pool, I mean you're going to lose that much. Typically a swimming pool these days is $100 grand. Next up, overbuilding for the neighborhood. This is an important one. A lot of people don't even really think about this. But say you live in a neighborhood with mostly all 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses, 1,600 square feet. If you go adding on to your house and you decide that, hey, I got a 2-car garage, I think it'd be cool to have a 3-car garage, I want to put a 2-story room addition on top of the garage, and you end up getting yourself 2,600 square feet in a 3-car garage, and you're in a neighborhood of 1,600 square foot houses with 2-car garages. Typically nobody's going to want to pay what that house would be worth if it was in a neighborhood of similar houses. When it's the best house on the block, it's nice for our ego. We get to go, hey man, I got the nicest house on the block. But it is no good as an investment. So if you do that, make sure you're staying put for a while. Better plan would be, don't do it at all. Just buy another house in the neighborhood of like-style houses. That way when it comes time for you to sell that house, if you ever do, you'll at least be able to get your money back out of it. Plus, when you buy something that's already done, the other person lost the money on it, not you. Here's another one that a lot of people don't think about. Inconsistent high-end upgrades. Okay, so take for example that same house. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet, 2-car garage. Probably a 20-30-year-old house, not as common anymore. But all the houses are cookie cutter, they all had certain things. If you were to upgrade your kitchen, say, because you know that kitchen upgrades are going to be one of the higher end upgrades, they're going to cost more money than most of the other upgrades in your house, and they're going to bring you more return on the money than most others. If you take that 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's got tile or harvest gold bathtubs and sinks, or pink or something like that because it's dated and aged, and you decide I'm going to upgrade my kitchen, and you go all out in the kitchen, you put in the Wolf stove, you put in the Sub-Zero fridge, and you just totally deck the kitchen out. Somebody's going to come in, the person who's got the money to pay that upgrade, to pay more for the house because it's got that nice stuff, they're going to walk in the bathroom and go, this is gross, I ain't living here. So you want to be consistent throughout the house. You'd be better, instead of spending a ton of money on the Sub-Zero and the Wolf stove and all the fancy high-end stuff, take some of that money and just buy normal good stuff, nice stuff, updated stuff, but then take the rest of that money that you would have spent on the high-end stuff and put it in the bathroom or another bathroom or flooring or things like that. Okay, number 4. Invisible upgrades. You're thinking, what's an invisible upgrade? Do we have invisible pipes? Do we have invisible electrical? Do we have invisible faucets? No, we're talking about stuff that's hidden in the wall. Like piping or electrical wiring or things like that that can't be seen. Take a lesson from the builders. If you go to a new construction project and you look at a house that's already a show model home, it's going to be all pretty, everything you can see. Open up a cabinet and look under the sink. You're going to see the cheapest plastic pipe you can see for the drain lines. All the stuff that nobody looks at, the piping in the walls. The contractor is not going to pay 10 cents extra for double thick pipe. He's not going to pay 10 cents a foot extra for extra heavy wiring in the walls. He's going to buy the cheapest stuff he can get a building inspector to buy off. You want to do the same thing if you want to be smart about it, if you're doing it to sell the house. If you're going to live in the house and stay in the house long term, by all means, buy the better piping, buy the better electrical, buy quality stuff. Not against that at all. I'm just saying from a finance standpoint, from a money standpoint, about what does it make sense to invest in the house when you're on the way out. Forget about the hidden stuff. Make that your low priority. Make the flooring, countertops, things like that a high priority. That's where you want to spend your money. Here's an interesting one. Wall-to-wall carpet. Who would have thunk wall-to-wall carpet would have ever went out of style? But it is getting that way. People are gravitating toward wood or simulated wood flooring and tile. Why? Mostly because of allergens and chemicals that are used to produce the carpet. Okay, number 6, expanded primary suites. This is like if you take the primary suite and you decide 12 by 14 is just not big enough. I think we should take this extra room next door, knock out this wall, and make our bedroom 12 by 82. Or, I'm exaggerating, of course. But you want to make the suite bigger. You're taking away a bedroom, that may make the house have less value. Super large bedrooms don't appeal to everybody. So it's best not to take away from the square footage of a garage, a den, a bedroom, a bonus room, any other room in the house. It's best not to take away that square footage to give it to the primary suite. All right, to summarize, if you're thinking about making repairs or upgrades to your house prior to selling the house, planting flowers or anything, make sure you do it through the eyes of the buyer. Who cares what you like? You're not living there, you're not buying the house. So forget about the things that you think are nice and think about what do buyers want these days. Best way to do that is to actually go into model homes and tour 3 or 4 different model homes from different builders and see what they're doing to decorate and set up the houses to make them like buyers like. Because they spend a lot of money on research. They're selling houses on an ongoing basis. They have their finger on the pulse. That's my thumb. Anyway, they have something on the pulse of when the market is starting to change in preferences. Like, for example, the carpet that I talked about turning to wood. If you look at all the new houses, you don't see them having carpet everywhere anymore. A lot of wood floor, a lot of tile. So go in, take a look around before you start spending money and just try to mimic what they've done. Also remember, you're trying to make your house appeal to the most people you can. Get the widest audience possible. If there's a group of, say, 50 buyers that are shopping actively looking in your market, you want as many of those as possible to like your house and want to buy it. What that does is it causes competition. Competition causes bidding wars. Bidding wars cause the price to go up. So for you to get the absolute most for your house when you sell it, you have to make it appeal to the absolute most buyers that are out there looking right now for your type of a house. Again, my name is Dave Rupp, Dr. Hot Rod the Realtor. All my contact information is below. Reach out and call me with any real estate questions whatsoever.